rich, dark soil of Belle Glade, Florida. This is black gold. Acre after acre of productive land, as far as the eye can see. For only a few short years ago, there was nothing but wasteland, useless and almost uninhabitable. But today, here on the edge of the great Florida Everglades, lies one of America's newest and most versatile farming areas, truly a land of opportunity. Rich, fertile soil upon which to build families and homes, and upon which to build a community. This is the Belle of the Glades, Belle Glade, Florida, my hometown. An area with over 12,000 people that only 30 years ago had 900. In an amazingly short time, settlers from all over the nation have built here a thriving and bustling community. But this is also a city for contented and peaceful living, where religion is respected and encouraged, and where there are limitless recreational facilities for young and old. City Hall on Avenue A is the nerve center for an army of community services, a modern and beautiful school system, medical facilities and well-equipped Belle Glade Memorial Hospital, parks and gardens for restful ease, a well-stocked public library, modern police and fire protection on a par with the best anywhere. And all of this stems from the richness of the soil. For Belle Glade has been blessed with the largest deposit of black muck soil found anywhere outside the Nile River Valley. This highly organic soil, 9 feet deep, is among the most productive in the world. It produces 25% more per acre than any other soil in Florida. This soil has already made Belle Glade the nation's leading winter vegetable center, producing vast amounts of 26 different vegetables, a major sugarcane center, and a cattle area where more beef can be produced per dollar of investment than in any other major livestock area. Truly, her soil is her fortune. But her fortune also lies in the remarkable character of the people who've come here. From all over the 48 states they come, pioneers of sorts, versatile, imaginative, and industrious. Let's meet some of the people who have worked and prospered in this great new frontier. Mr. C.I. Riedel is the father of Belle Glade. The very land upon which the town now stands was once his farm. He came to the Glades way back in 1919 from Michigan because he had faith in the possibilities of the muck soil. He plotted the streets of Belle Glade in 1923, and in 1933, he joined forces with a group of neighbors to found the Everglades Federal Savings and Loan Association. Executive Vice President today is Hugh Bratley, who came here from Oregon in 1931 and worked in the association for 19 months without pay. This is the building in which the association began. Mr. Riedel acted as janitor, and Mr. Bratley slept on a cot in the back room. And from that humble beginning has been built an organization that today has assets of over $6.5 million. Now meet Harold Rabin, a more recent settler who began his thriving vegetable pre-cooling plant in 1943. From this room, with phone and teletype, he maintains continuous contact with produce purchasers throughout the United States and Canada. Case after case roll into the waiting freight cars. Everything from celery to lettuce and from sweet corn to cabbage come from this amazing vegetable center. Rabin's company alone ships over 6,000 carloads per year. Not bad for a firm that began a little over 10 years ago. And what does newcomer Rabin do in his spare time? Was he welcomed into the community? Well, he's the mayor of Belle Glade. All of my town's growth has taken place in the short period since 1928. Here, Mayor Rabin welcomes a new city manager and wishes him well. Conducting the interview is Mary Foy, general manager of Belle Glade radio station. Mrs. Foy is one of the very few women in the United States holding such a job in the radio world. She's proud of WSWM, the little station with a long reach. A native of Kansas, she came here in 1947, and today not only runs this highly successful station, but is also a director of the Chamber of Commerce. Remarkable town, Belle Glade, filled with remarkable people. This is Ruth Wedgeworth Timmons, a native of Michigan, who's built and is the head of Wedgeworth Estates, consisting of over 3,000 acres of vegetable farms, 1,300 head of cattle, a large vegetable packing plant, an ice plant, and a factory producing chemical fertilizers. She was among the first to bring cattle into the Glades, Herefords, Brahmans, and crossbreeds that thrive in this area. 20 years ago, cattle couldn't be raised here, they said. But Belle Glade has seen too many such statements proved wrong and wasn't impressed. Today, this is a leading cattle-raising area. Mrs. Timmons has been Florida's Women of the Year, and as a member of the State Citizens Committee on Education, helped revamp and modernize the entire school system of the state. But busy as she is, she always finds time for her grandchildren. Mrs. Timmons and Mrs. Foy are women that found and took advantage of the opportunities in my hometown. And opportunities should be even greater in the future. One reason is this gigantic water control project illustrated on the tabletop map. Water falling north of Belle Glade will be trapped and controlled in a series of canals and pumps, and in 3 huge artificial lakes south of Belle Glade. This will supply water for irrigation and other purposes. Newspaperman Luther Jones is one of Belle Glade's leaders in the drive for speedy completion of the project, which has an amazing benefits to cost ratio of 4 to 1. He's worked closely with Emmett Roberts, head of Belle Glade Housing Authority, who's also active on behalf of her project. Construction is well underway, and when completed, the project should add greatly to the stability and future growth of the area. South Bay Growers Incorporated is an example of the spirit of cooperation that exists in the Glades area. 7 years ago, 4 growers joined forces to establish this cooperative that ships huge amounts of vegetables throughout the United States and Canada. For example, they plant 1,600 acres in celery alone. This is one of South Bay Growers' mobile celery harvesters, an incredible machine that cuts, washes, grades, and packages 2,500 crates of celery per day. Radio contact must be maintained with the shipping office to control the quantity of celery to be harvested. The celery harvester requires a crew of 65 to 70 operators as it drives through the field. Trucks are loaded with packaged celery minutes after the crop is cut from the ground. The peculiarities of the muck soil require the utmost in ingenuity, for there are no farm machines made that can be used here without adaptations. Spraying is done here not only by airplane, but with the use of a locally designed sprayer. Even trucks need to be equipped with airplane tires and oversized radiators. Tractors need redesigning to keep them afloat in the powdery muck, and even ditch diggers have their own local variation. All of these are still further examples of the doggedness and determination of these people. But this large use of machinery in the Glades area requires healthy supplies of all types of fuels and lubricants. This plant distributes 300,000 gallons of fuel a month. The station has been operated since 1931 by Slick Kirchman, a native of Sumner, Iowa, who took over the plant at the age of 21 when the agent then in control got frightened by the size of the credits run up in that Depression year. Slick Kirchman had faith in this area and knew that with time it would prosper. His faith has paid off. Bill Graber had faith in this area too. He had a large farm in Ohio, but he came down here in 1940 and has never regretted it. Radishes are his business, and they prosper in this rich soil. He's now one of the largest growers and packagers of this commodity in the United States, with over 750 acres in radishes. Here is still another of Belle Glade's amazing farm machines. It's Bill Graber's speedy new radish harvester. In Belle Glade, they've learned that it's not wise to laugh at a new idea. Too many of the laughable brainstorms of yesterday are the profitable realities of today. Nothing is impossible here. And here is the newest expression of this progress. Rami, the strongest of all natural vegetable fibers. Rami's remarkable for its freedom from stretch and shrinkage and for its great strength. Dr. R.V. Allison, head of the Everglades Experimental Station, demonstrates some of the many uses of this wonder fiber. Velvet with Rami added equals velvet that does not mark. He points out more uses: blended fiber, fire hose, rope, men's socks, fishnet, and even parasols. Even the handkerchief is of Rami. And so we arrive at Belle Glade's newest industry, Rami, the fiber that the encyclopedias say can't be grown commercially in this country. But there's no such word as can't in Belle Glade. This is the Schwano Development Corporation's processing plant, where the huge block-long decorticator extracts the fiber from the stalk. At the other end, out comes the fiber. Dr. Allison predicts that within 10 years, Rami will be the chief crop in the area. And so you see, opportunity is never ending here, as American know-how and agricultural knowledge are being put to work. This is the greatest of all lands, land with room for many more people, ideas, and enterprises, the land for opportunity. This is my hometown, Belle Glade, Florida.